I posted on my Instagram. There it is. Oh, my team had it at the ready. I didn't even tell them to. That's the fire department inside my home. 3 of them. In all, there were 5 here. And the big truck and then the little trucks too. And it all started because I tried to cook a chicken cutlet, a breaded chicken cutlet, like in panko. And you have to put it in I put it in a cast iron frying pan with oil, not a ton of oil, but it did start to smoke. And the problem is it's a relatively new stove, and the little, like the smoke, the fan thing, it's supposed to go on automatically. And it didn't go on. And I think it's because I turned it off. I think it was annoying me and I turned it off. So then the smoke got out of control. I guess I didn't really pay attention. And the smoke alarms went off, and they went off everywhere, which makes sense because if you actually have a fire, you want to let everybody in the house know that there's a fire. But everywhere they were going off, and loud, and like it was, and some of them speak and say, fire, fire,
I hate that.
fire, which there wasn't. And so I'm running around it, like trying to get the smoke out, opening up the windows and opening up the doors. And the dogs are going crazy because it's so piercingly loud just to a human ear, never mind to a dog ear. So I let him out on the side lawn, which Strudwick is not allowed to do because he's such a menace. And the pool is there. And that dog cannot be near that pool because he will not just go in the pool, that I can handle, but he loves to rub himself in the dirt and then run all around the hardscape and the furniture that we have out there, which is a pain in the ass to clean. Anyway, I had to do it. The dogs are out. The fire department came. I mean, if there had been like a 5-alarm fire, this fireman would not have been dressed any differently. They had every piece of gear on, Emily, every single piece and they got to the door. I opened up the door and they clearly saw there was no fire. And they go, "Did you try to cook?"
They had a feeling.
Yes.
I thought.
So we're running around trying to override the system. We can't. Try to turn off the electricity, which we did. Then you turn back on the electricity. The alarm started up again. Finally, we got in touch with the alarm guy who showed me how to turn it off, and it finally went off. And they left. We took pictures. They let me sit in the fire truck. That was fun.
They did. Like you're in kindergarten?
They did.
Come on, Megyn. Yes. You can take a ride.
They're like, "Do you want to sit in the fire truck?" I'm like, "Kinda." So they let me. And then they wanted some selfies. So I gave them selfies. And I want a selfie with them. So they gave me one. Then I go outside. Strudwick is the disaster I knew he would be. The whole lawn, it was torn up. There was dirt everywhere. He had gotten into some old food that my kids had left out there. He was rolling in the dirt in the flower bed right out of the pool, wet and rolling in the dirt and then running all over the furniture. I'm like, "Get inside, get back inside." So I get them back inside. And then I finally turned back to the chicken. I had 9 chicken breasts. I was going to make these to get the whole family through the weekend.
Ooh.
You know, I was like, you can have it for dinner on the go, or you can have it for lunch if you need something. We eat so badly when we're at the beach. So whatever. So 9 chicken breasts, and I had cut them in half. So I had 18. I had 2 that were cooked, 2. And I come back in to sort of see the mess and see what they're now all covered in flies from my open windows and my open doors, which I don't have any screens. Why don't I have any screens, Emily? So then they all had to go in the garbage. I threw them all out, and I went out to dinner. My husband was out doing this weird sports Olympics things with his friends, but I went out with some friends who were like, "Come here." They gave me a nice cocktail. We had a delicious dinner, but I was like, cooking is not for me.
I mean,
it's not for me.
I thought for sure you had actually started a fire. So in a way, that story is actually vindicating and redeeming. You did not start a fire.
Ew.
This is the alarm system's fault that you didn't do anything
That's
wrong.
right.
Maybe you should have remembered to turn the
Thank
fan
you.
on, but you didn't start a fire. You were fine.
Yes, it all boils down to the new stove that insists on like going off automatically. And the reason I turn it down is because you will boil an egg, which makes no smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And it will suddenly go, turn on to like number 5, and it's loud. You're like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" And that level was needed while I was doing the chicken, but I had already turned it down. And I guess once you turn it down, it stays down. I don't understand my new stove. There are limits to the short list of gifts that God gave me, and not one is present inside the culinary arts. It's very sad.
Same.
I've tried so many times. My audience knows my only regret on my whole kitchen snafu was that my dear mother-in-law was not alive to enjoy this, because my kitchen follies were among her favorite thing in life. And I would have loved to have had a laugh with her over it. Anyway, okay, so that's a long digression.